there are two things all of us are terrified of. It's summer and heat. And well, why not? The reasons are pretty valid because all of it comes hand in hand with heat, sweat, oil, tanning. Oh my God, that list is long. And honestly, if you also struggle with all of these issues, you're at the right place because this is Summer SOS with your girlies Angela
and Purva, and today we are with Dr. Sonia Tekchandani, and let me tell you why she is our perfect summer SOS, right? She brings 25 years of dermatology experience. She's a celebrity dermatologist in the top 50 dermats of India, known for her par excellence injector skills and sharp aesthetic eye. She also recently won the 50 Women Icons of India award. So if there's anyone who can help us and be our summer SOS, it is her. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Purva.
Yes.
Ma'am, I think nowadays one thing all of us are hearing around us is multi-step skincare routine. Like there is 8-step, 10-step, and there's one Chinese content creator I saw. She has a 24-step skincare routine, which sounds a little terrifying for me. But is this multi-step skincare routine actually important for healthy skin?
You mean to say all day you're going to do that?
Oh my God.
Especially in summer, oh my God, 8 skincare routine. It's going to backfire for sure.
Oh my God, yeah.
So in summer, as it is, we tend to sweat a lot. There's so much oil production, and when you layer your skin, especially the actives, they can get trapped under the skin and irritate your skin.
Yes.
Right?
True.
So I have patients coming to me saying, Doc, I have this burning sensation on my skin. I have a little redness on my skin. And then when I ask them, what did you apply, my dear? I applied the 7 products I saw online.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
All of us at some point.
Yeah.
But there are 2 types of people, okay? There's one who have these multi-step skincare routine and it works for some of us, okay? But on the other hand, there are people like me. And I think a lot of people relate this who have like 1-step skincare routine. It's just washing their face with water. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But what according to you is the most minimum and effective skincare routine, especially for summer?
So Angela, you just said that sometimes it works, sometimes it
It
doesn't.
doesn't.
So keep a simple skincare regime, a gentle cleanser, a lightweight moisturizer, and a sunscreen which is broad spectrum, cosmetically elegant, non-comedogenic, and a matte finish.
Alright, points to be noted. Cleanser, moisturizer and sunscreen. I need to go shopping now. But ma'am, having said that, what according to you should be the 3 major rules for healthy skin?
First is of course simplicity, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
Second is hydrate yourself. Yeah, that's your internal moisturizer.
So important.
But yeah, you still can't skip your skincare routine, especially your moisturizer, even if it's summer.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And of course, keep your stress away.
That's the tough bit.
Exactly. So we hear so much about sunscreen all the time, right? We need it every single day of our lives, and don't even get me started on what kind of SPF, 30, 50, 80, right? And it's all so confusing. So I guess, ma'am, my first question to you is, how much SPF does one need, especially indoors versus outdoors?
So if you're talking of SPF, Purva, I would say at least you use a SPF of 50.
Okay.
Because most of us tend to under apply a sunscreen. Tell me, how much do you apply?
Once a day.
No, how much?
How much?
Oh, like maybe this much? Like,
do you know
this
the 3-finger rule
The
for
3-finger
sunscreen?
rule,
I'm
yes.
sure everybody's seen this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
for simplification.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So yeah, typically 2 if you're doing the face and 3 if you're doing the neck along with it.
Right.
And don't forget to apply on your hands.
Oh, wow. That has never been done. Yeah.
Yeah, so you may have a pretty face without wrinkles, but your hands
Yeah.
can tell your age.
Oh, yeah, that makes so much sense. Well, why do we need sunscreen indoors, ma'am? Is there, like, usually you think if there is sun, then there is sunscreen. But if I'm indoors, why would I need it?
So screen is your new sun today. Have you heard of this?
No.
Most of us are on gadgets. We are sitting indoors. There's visible light, there's blue light, right? And UV rays, they don't respect any walls or windows. So if there is daylight, there has to be a sunscreen. The second thing is, most of the patients coming to me, they come with either pigmentation or premature aging. So their complaints are, Doc, I have a dull skin, I have an uneven tone, And why is this happening to me? I never went out.
Yeah.
I never stepped out of the house. So it's basically the visible light, the blue light which you're exposed to these days. And for the housewives, of course, they're also exposed to cooking, the infrared.
Yeah.
So basically we need filters for everything today,
Correct.
including the sun, the UV, the blue light as well as the infrared.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So sunscreen is a must whether you're indoors or outdoors.
So now that you have laid all this emphasis on sunscreen, ma'am, we know that it's completely important and cannot be skipped. Take notes.
I am.
I want to know, how do you choose the right one? Because the options are so many, and how do you know which one is for you?
Yeah. That's again the Instagram, isn't it? It's your new
It's
dermatologist.
scary.
It's true.
The options are too many.
So in summer specifically, I say use a gel-based sunscreen. And then you also have to look for the protection factor A, which we are generally missing, especially when we are talking of Indian skin. Our skin tends to tan very easily.
Right.
So if you have a good protection factor A, then that sunscreen will help you prevent your tan. Well, again you say, I have used the best sunscreen and I'm still tanning. So that's where you have the role of, your activating your other gears,
Right.
physical gears. That's where, dermatology and fashion go together.
Right.
You can put your hats, you can use your scarves, you can use some glares, you can also use some parasols
Right.
which will protect you in addition to your sunscreen. And just one application is not enough. Previously we said apply sunscreen 30 minutes before you step out.
Oh.
But now the new buzzword is apply sunscreen in the morning, repeat every 2 to 3 hours.
Every 2 to 3 hours. Wow. And to think I've been doing it once a day. Wow. That is, lots to be
It's
changed.
not like a one-time OTP anymore.
Yeah.
It's not a shadi ka makeup where you have a makeup all day long and you don't have to do anything about
Yeah.
it. Yeah, but sunscreen is a must. You have to reapply. That's a rule.
Got it.
Then now how do you read a label? That was your main
Yes.
question, I think. First thing, look at the SPF. Now, SPF is not very relevant to Indian skin.
Okay.
It's more relevant to a Western skin.
Yes.
Right.
Like if she asks me, I would say SPF is great for her.
Right.
Angela, you definitely need a good SPF.
Yes.
But when I'm talking of Purva,
Right.
I'm talking of the tanning aspect, I'm talking about, I'm sure you're exposed to so much of blue light and visible light from
Right,
the gadgets.
definitely.
They're
Right.
even entering our bedroom areas now.
Right, yeah.
Right? So we have to have some filter for blue light protection.
Right.
Okay? And that can come with a tint. So tinted sunscreen which has iron oxide, this is a filter for blue light.
Got
Perfect.
it.
Right? So ensure that you read the label. The first 5 ingredients of your label should give you everything: the SPF, the PA factor, a blue light protection, and of course some infrared protection. If you're a housewife, look for that as well.
Right.
Plus now they're incorporating some antioxidants in your skincare,
Wow.
in your sunscreens. So that gives an additional protection from tanning and aging.
Oh, wonderful.
And the first sign of aging in Indian skin is uneven tone and dullness of your skin. It's not wrinkling. We are blessed.
Right.
We don't get wrinkles so fast, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure you also experience this.
True, yes, absolutely.
Definitely. You know, ma'am, there is this 3-word horror stories that I am personally terrified of. It's heat, sweat, and oil. That's it. That's the biggest horror story. Because honestly, with a lot of people with oily skin, we tend to make a lot of mistakes when the humidity and everything around us just naturally makes our skin even more oily. So there's oil, over heat, over humidity. So what's the biggest mistake people with oily skin make in summer?
So they start doing panic washing. That's
Oh,
the first
yes.
thing they need to stop. Now what happens when you do this? You're actually stripping the moisture out of your skin. And then the skin starts compensating by producing more oil.
Oh no.
Right? So actually you're not solving the problem. You're funding it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think that's something we do quite often. But on the realistic note, if someone who really suffers with an oily or even a combination skin for matter, and with the oil and humidity around the atmosphere, how do you manage it? What's the best way to go ahead with it?
If you're dealing with oily skin, for sure you need a AHA, BHA based face wash. And don't forget to apply your moisturizer even with summer. So the moisturizer can be as light as a gel based moisturizer and a light sunscreen.
Light sunscreen, as always. Like you said before, the 3 rules. Clean, moisturize and the sunscreen.
So typically if you ask a dermatologist, it's cleanse, hydrate and protect.
Perfect.
Right.
Wow,
Wow,
that's
that's the
the
new
new-
mantra.
Yes. You know, I think one mistake all of us do quite often in summer is that we keep washing our face. We're out in the sun, we're hot, it's oily, there's humidity around, we're feeling sticky most of the time. So we just go and we just tend to wash our face quite frequently. And personally for me, I do it too many times in a day. But in a way, are we really harming our skin too by washing it constantly?
Simple rule is at least wash twice a day, morning and night.
Yeah.
When you feel sweaty, oily, your skin calls for it.
Yeah.
You still have to use a gentle cleanser. If nothing is available, plain water for sure. Yeah, and when you're talking of combination skins, I always tell them to use a gentle cleanser for the full face and only certain areas. You could use a BHA serum to control the oil.
Right.
Also, ma'am, what's your take on using wet wipes? Because in summer, I think all of us have a pack of wet wipes in our bag. And personally, I have seen that we use it, it just feels very refreshing for a minute. But after some time, your skin starts drying up even more. So do you think that's the right way to go about with it?
So you have to choose your wipes right.
Yeah.
Ensure that they are pH balanced and they do not contain any alcohol or fragrance.
Right.
All right, note it down. So many things to note down today. It's such a fruitful conversation. I think all of
Absolutely.
us have quite a few things to take back home.
So, you know, there are times when you are taking full care of your skin, right? It's summer, you know, you have to be a little bit more careful. You're doing everything that it takes, and yet you're breaking out. I feel like it's almost inevitable come summer, and I'm just curious as to why. What is it about summer that makes you break out more?
Yeah, we all know summer is all about humidity, especially in Mumbai. There's a lot of oil production, sweat, perfect food for the bacteria,
Right.
but not good for your skin,
Right.
right? That's why we need to take more care. Naturally, the acne breakouts are more because of the humidity and the sweat and oil production, which you need to take care by following the simple routine which we already talked about.
Correct. Yes, absolutely. So, ma'am, even though we know now that sunscreen is a great thing to use, there is still word on the street that sometimes sunscreen can clog your pores and actually make it difficult for your skin to breathe. Is that true or is that just a myth?
Heavy sunscreen, cream-based sunscreens definitely are going to clog your pores. You feel like something is sitting on your skin, right? It's like technically you're wearing a blazer in May. You may be right. You still want to wear a blazer,
Yeah.
but you can't do that with your skin for sure.
Yeah.
Makes complete sense. You know, ma'am, there are these times when there's an important meeting the next day or there's an interview the next day and I have to look perfect. And by the time it's nighttime, what do I see? A pimple. It's about to be there. And tomorrow I know it's going to be in full glory and I can't do anything about it. But there's that urge, right? You're like, how do I get rid of this instantly? How do you do that? How do you deal with heat-produced acne immediately?
Okay. So first of all, what we generally do is we panic. So keep yourself
Definitely.
calm. Your skin also has to be calm and you also have to be calm.
Right.
Yeah? What you try to do is you start experimenting. So in the middle of the night you saw some 5 skincare products to manage that one acne
Yes.
which came up, and it's 2 a.m. in the morning,
So true.
right? So that's what you have to stop doing. Yeah? Simple tips. If it's one, obviously it has to come before your big event. If you're
Yes.
acne prone,
Right.
which is a rule for most of
It's
us.
so
right?
true. Yeah.
Yeah. So at that time, I would just give a simple tip. Now you have these good acne patches which have salicylic acid,
Right.
or you could just take a salicylic serum or a BHA serum and just put it on the pimple. That should calm it. But I have people come in and say, "Oh, I applied toothpaste on my,"
Toothpaste.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
and then they come with an irritated skin
It's true.
next day, right?
Yeah.
Of course, you have to visit your dermatologist for sure. Yeah, you may need much more than just putting a
Right.
serum or a patch.
Of course. Right. Makes a lot of sense.
You know, doctor, another thing about summer all of us are terrified about is tanning and pigmentation. I think all of us at some point in our life are crying in our room at 3 a.m. because we are tanned after our summer vacation. Right? But what according to you is the best way to prevent tanning and pigmentation?
Sunscreen, sunscreen and sunscreen.
Got
I
it.
love
The
this.
3 magic words.
Yes. But you know, ma'am, I think a lot of people nowadays also suffer from pigmentation due to hormonal issues, or it could be just a side effect from a random product that they saw online. So how do you kind of deal with that?
Yeah, hormonal imbalance, you cannot afford to skip a sunscreen if you're taking a treatment, because you're going to use a lot of actives to reduce this. And one thing I must say, melasma is very, very common. What you're trying to do is you're trying to treat the epidermal pigment, the superficial pigment, okay, with a sunscreen. So you're preventing further darkening of your pigment. But when we are talking of a deeper level, because hormonal is always deeper, that's where your treatments come into the picture.
Right.
Yeah, so protection is as important as treating the condition.
Definitely, definitely. But you know, ma'am, like Purva said, especially for a lot of people like us, we have a shoot like almost every other day, and sometimes it happens that we've been on a vacation, we're all tanned and we need to show up in front of the cam, and also not necessarily for us, for a lot of people out there, I think they take looking a certain way really important these days. So having said that, what's the most easiest and the most quickest way to get rid of tanning?
No quick fixes, dear.
It's all
going
the
to take
natural
time with proper skincare and the right treatments. You come from a beach holiday, you go and get a chemical peel done, you're doing more damage.
Right.
For sure. So many people I know have done that. Chemical peel. They feel chemical peel is a solution for all of their skin
Everything.
problems.
Yeah, they feel it's a solution for everything.
But you know, ma'am, you know, I think I have really experienced this so many times, especially my mom always says this one thing: if you have tanning, use the home remedies. She'll make some pack out of like all the random ingredients she'll find in the kitchen. But as a dermat, what's your take on home remedies for pigmentation and tanning?
So few home remedies are fine, you know, but you can't apply lemon on your face. Your face is not a salad, for sure.
Right.
Like if you ask me, there are safer ingredients which you can still use. Like aloe has been around for a while.
Yes.
But for God's sake, don't apply on irritated skin.
Right.
That can backfire on your skin.
Definitely. Because you know, ma'am, I can't tell you the amount of times I've seen so many videos and people swear by their homemade remedies. They'll mix coffee, they'll mix lemon, there's toothpaste,
Yeah, the
there's like a
coffee
whole
scrub.
concoction.
Oh, yeah.
And that's scary. But I think it's always wise to go check it out with your dermat instead of just using random ingredients on your face.
Well, we are in the era of, you know, treatments. We have so many good actives, we have so many good products. Rather, you should, you know, take advice from your doctor or your dermatologist
Always.
before using all this on your skin.
True. So the one thing that's always promised to us, right, when we cry about why is my skin looking this way, why is it looking that way, the first thing that comes is drink water. Finish your 8 ounces a day, finish your 8 bottles, and your skin will be okay. It'll look beautiful the next day. I don't really know if that's true or is it a myth, but do tell us.
Hydration is the key. You have to drink water, at least about 2 to 3 liters of water. In summer, it has to be more. But well, it cannot give you any result overnight.
Right.
It's not like a filter on Instagram.
Yeah.
So you have to drink right, but however, you cannot skip your moisturizer.
Right.
Now, why is that? Because water cannot reach the dead layer of your skin, the first layer of your
Correct.
skin. And this is the layer which still needs hydration.
Right, yeah, that's very interesting. The other thing that is often recommended is being seasonal, right? The more seasonal you are, the seasonal fruits that you eat will actually help you. Well, I would like to contest it because every time I have a mango, my skin goes for a toss the next week. So I would just like to know, is it true? Do summer fruits really help your skin flourish when it's hot outside?
They are amazing, full of antioxidants, great hydrating agents, perfect skin detox.
Wow.
When you said about mango, if you eat one mango, your skin will thank you.
Really?
But if you're overdoing it, that's where you come to me.
That's the tough bit.
That makes sense.
After eating one mango.
Now, why is it so? Because it has a lot of vitamin A, that's carotenoids. and that's really good for your skin, isn't it?
Right. Wow, yeah, you've just given all of us good news, guys. Feel free to eat your mangoes this summer. The third and final thing that is often recommended is supplements, vitamins. Make sure that you're having those things because you're not naturally getting them from the foods you eat every day. Is that also true? Would you recommend supplements and vitamins for summer?
I do recommend vitamins. So even if I say I've had like 5 servings of fruits, 3 servings of vegetables, and I've had everything organic, is your soil fertile?
Oh no.
Right.
So we still need to take the required daily allowance of vitamins.
So, ma'am, is it age specific? Would you recommend it to a certain age or a certain type of skin? How does that work?
Well, if you're talking of summer and then you come with a tan to me, right? The first thing you have to look is whether you're having any vitamin B12 deficiency. It's a very common cause of pigmentation or tanning.
Right.
Yes, it's good to correct it for sure. And of course, it will depend on your skin type and you have to customize it, of course.
Awesome, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So that's everything we need to be adding to our summer lists. It's good to know that it's not a drastic change from winter, it's just a little readjustment. That's really reaffirming.
Yes.
Finally, I want to ask you, there are so many ads, they take over our lives at this point, right? And every new product makes you a little bit curious. Every new product promises a success story and you're like, maybe I should just give it a shot, right? But my question is it okay to feel curious and just order a product for yourself, or should you always run it by your dermatologist first?
So I would just like to give a small piece of advice. Don't make Instagram your dermatologist.
Right.
So true.
Your skin didn't sign up for that brand deal at all. Yeah. So obviously many a times you're right, but I have people coming to me with a bag full of products.
Right.
And I have to actually shortlist the products for them because they're doing a lot of things which are not good for their skin.
Right.
And I'm also facing a lot of people like tweens now, not just teens. It's a Gen Z word, but no, it's Gen Alpha word.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
Sephora kids is what they
The
call
Sephora
them.
kids, Gen Alpha. So I've seen them mixing products and applying on their skin.
Oh my god.
And they come with their parents. Actually, the parents get worried.
Yeah.
Have a bag full of products,
Right.
carrying all the actives which they don't need.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, so literally we have to sort them out. So in today's era, I feel you need opinion from your dermatologist.
Always. Yes.
Absolutely, completely agree. Wow, I feel very prepared for summer now after this chat with Dr.
So
Sonia.
true.
I feel like we have gotten to know so many things that never would have reached our ears. Instead, they would have just been filled by more Instagram dermat advice, which you just do not know why to trust, which is exactly why we have Summer SOS, which is exactly why we have Dr. Sonia. This has been lovely, ma'am. Thank you so much for chatting with us
Thank
about
you
our
so much.
skin.
I think this was such a fruitful conversation.
Thank you, Angela and Purva. It was lovely chatting.
Awesome.
Now we loved every bit of it. And guys, take our advice. Stop following Instagram trends, okay? Always make sure you have a professional opinion whenever it comes to your skin, because come on, everyone needs to look a certain way. So make sure you always have an expert telling you what to do.
And stay tuned because this is not it. We are bringing you a special episode just about how to take care of your hair. So you know what to do. Stay tuned for that.
Well, if you loved what we just spoke about today, don't forget to follow all of us on our Instagrams. Also, don't forget to comment down below and tell us how this went for you. Having said that, don't forget to like this video, share it around with all of your loved ones, and subscribe to Radio 1 International for more such fun content. Having said that, this is your barely serious girlies, Angela.
And Purva, see you next time.
94.3 Radio 1.